Hello and welcome to Talking Tent, a show about movies, TV, and all the content we can possibly consume.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Irma.
Today, we are talking all of the television and movies coming out in November. Welcome to anyone listening for the first time. Great episode to jump in because we can't spoil anything. We're talking enthusiastically most of the time about things that are just coming out this month that we can all get excited about. But first, let's start like we always do with some marital bliss. What did we do the past 2 weeks? I think it's been since I posted the last episode.
That was a mouthful. Do we do this on these type of podcasts?
Not always, but I'm doing it anyway because we got a lot to talk about. Where was I? I was gone for work. For a whole week, I don't even know, in San Francisco. It went very well.
But before that, we had a wedding, which was very nice.
We had a wedding, and we did something the Friday before that, too. Oh, we went out to dinner to celebrate one of our bestest of friends getting their green card.
Oh, right.
Even though we were with her when she got it several months ago, but this was more of an official bunch of people. We went to a bar right around the corner, very conveniently. So congratulations to her. She's lovely and deserves all the happiness. USA, USA, USA. And then the next day, we had a wedding in New Jersey for another good friends. Mm-hmm. It was a lovely affair at a brewery in Montclair. Yes. Delicious pizza. They brought in like a
very good pizza.
Mobile pizza thing that you'd see at like, I guess like a smorgasbord at a food fair.
It was basically just a party, and I kind of like this new thing that friends are doing, just parties, no actual wedding. So that was fun. And then we had to leave a little early because someone had a very early flight Sunday morning.
I had a 7 a.m. flight to San Francisco, so I was up at around 4 a.m. after getting home at around midnight. So that was unpleasant. And
did you sleep on the plane?
I fell asleep. I think I got a good 2 hours in there.
How long was the flight?
It's like 5.5 hours, I think. Not so bad. I watched some movies. I watched some shows, which I guess we'll talk about next episode when I catch up on everything. We saw Killers of the Flower Moon, so we'll talk about that next episode, I guess. Lots of thoughts, I think. But I don't know how open I'll be about it. We'll see. But yeah, San Francisco went very well. I pitched this podcast to several people. So if you're listening, thank you very much for subscribing and listening. And let's get right to it then, unless you got something else. Anything else? What'd you do while I was gone for a week?
I lived gloriously. It was amazing.
You spread out in the bed.
Yeah, I just did my own thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, geez, Louise. Way to be cryptic. You didn't wake up from my snoring and shush me. What else? You listened to the entire Britney Spears book?
Yeah, it was great. Oh my gosh. So sad.
Narrated by Michelle Williams. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. She did a great job. And hearing her say, what was the famous quote that people keep quoting? What's up, genuine? Something like that. It was crazy. It was so funny listening to her say that.
That's fun. Why, she says it a lot? That's a thing?
No, it's just one time, like when Justin Timberlake met Genuine, he goes up to Genuine and like says this like, faux shiz, Genuine. Oh, no. And like it's in the book. So Michelle Williams has to say that. And like listening to her have to say that is just really funny.
She's wonderful.
She's wonderful. She's so wonderful.
I don't care that much about Britney Spears, but I love Michelle Williams. So
I know that's the consensus I'm getting, time. And I find it very sad.
Well, no, I heard you listening to another podcast that was just loving on Britney.
Oh yeah. No, but I'm saying like actual people like in real life that I talk to.
Oh, yeah.
Just for some reason, I have this like warped view of her, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's also just been so long.
This is the first time she's ever been allowed to like speak her truth. So whatever. Believe women. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
It's the conservatorship.
BS.
Stupid. Ridiculous.
I know. She if I was in her family, they would have put me in a conservatorship too.
Yeah, because you're crazy. Just kidding, darling.
No, I don't know.
I'll call the lawyers. Let's get right to it then. What do you think?
Yeah,
All right,
I'm waiting for you.
There is so much. This was the hardest excitometer I've had to put together. I'm not sure if there's just an inordinate amount of things coming out this month, or I was just more thorough than I normally am. I feel like maybe I skipped some things more, but I don't know. There's like so much. So we got to put ourselves on a time limit here. And some absolute bangers. First week, we're going to start with the movies. Oh, and for any new listeners that haven't listened to the Excitometer episodes before, I put together a list of everything basically coming out, movies and television in the month ahead. Irma has not seen the list, so I fill her in on what it is. A lot of stuff, of course, she knows because we're in the know. And then we give it a score from 0 to 10 on how excited we are about it. Kind of like an anticipation, an excitometer. Pretty self-explanatory. Ready?
Yes.
On November 3rd, lots of movies. First, in no particular order, honestly, it was just lists that I found, a movie called What Happens Later, and it is Meg Ryan and David Duchovny
I have
in
heard
a
of this.
Meg Ryan directed rom-com.
Yeah.
So just bringing it all full circle on Meg Ryan rom-coms, but directing herself. And instead of it being like Tom Hanks, it is David Duchovny for some reason. But I didn't look. Oh, no, wait. They're ex-lovers. I did look at the plot.
Yeah.
Ex-lovers like refined themselves and, you know, whatever.
That was similar to that Julia Roberts, George Clooney movie that came out about their daughter's wedding. And they were also like ex-lovers.
Yeah, true. Well, they were like actually married. I don't know if these people are married. Were married.
Right.
And I don't know if these people had a kid. But yeah, older people, rom-comming, getting back together. It's a 5 for me.
I mean, I love that this is being made. I love that Meg Ryan is being allowed to do this and starring in it. I don't think this is something we're going to rush out to see, though I would obviously love to see it. I know that's the thing. It's just because it's like so stacked. I know this month that like, I mean, we didn't even see the Taylor Swift thing. Like there's like so much stuff that we still haven't seen.
Well,
so
listen to the that I was gone for an entire week. So that kind of messed up everything.
Yeah, true. Anyway, so I'm also going to give this a 5, though I am very excited for her and I will watch this when I can.
So give it a 7. 6.
Well, no, because I want to be honest. I feel like I weight my scores too high and then I don't end up seeing it. And then I'm just like, well, I can't actually be that excited if I'm not going to see it.
We'll see it when it's on Max or something, whenever it is. And I'm sure we'll like it and be like, that was nice.
Yeah, exactly.
And then completely forget about it. But next, the one out of this week that we probably will go out of our way to see, Sofia Coppola's latest flick on the same day, November 3rd, Pricilla. Starring Kaylee Spaney, is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
And Jacob Elordi, who's in way too much this month. So get ready for a Jacob Elordi overload. But I'm going to let you go first because I think you're very excited for this.
No, I'll let you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. So that means it's a 10 for you, dog.
No.
Okay. Or have you? Anyway, I'll let Irma speak for herself. I really like Sofia Coppola. I've liked most of the things she does. I don't really care about Elvis. And I thought, obviously, completely different. But the Baz Luhrmann movie I thought was terrible last year or 2 years ago.
But I do think that kind of undercuts this.
And of course, this is about Priscilla Presley. But like, it's a similar story. I just like don't care that much about their story. But maybe this one will be very good. So I'm going to say a 7.
Damn, I was also going to say a 7.
Oh, I thought you were way more excited for this.
Well, I was, but then I like, since this movie has been out and making the festival rounds, and I've heard critics, I mean, I listen to a ton of other podcasts myself, and I've heard them just kind of give their like blanket statement about this, and no one really seems like that high on it. So I'm just being more cautious, I think. Like, I also do really love Sofia Coppola. And I do think this movie has the potential to be really good, but it's just like people have like already counted it out. So yeah, I'm going to say a 7.
Excellent. I'm thinking, because I've heard a lot of the same things about also another movie that's in next week. That I feel like people at festivals are being kind of down for some reason. And then the general public, like the tiny bit I've heard from more normal, less qualified critics, I guess, like us, you know, we're not going to the film festivals. They're like, I'll mention it when we get to this movie, but a guy I just watched last night was like, I really like this. And some podcasts that I listened to were like, oh, it's fine. We'll get to it. It's the David Fincher movie coming out next week. The week after. Anyway, next.
Hitman?
I rambled. The Killer. Yeah.
Yeah, people are loving that. Are you kidding?
But like, didn't some of the
no,
podcast
they're all
guys?
loving it.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I take everything back I ever said. Another one based on a book coming out November 3rd. Starring Daisy Ridley and Ben Mendelsohn. It sounds weird. Another one we're not going to see. It'll probably be on a streamer, and we'll watch it and be like, oh, okay. It is about Daisy Ridley is a young mother who must confront her long buried past as the child of a kidnapper and the girl he held captive when her father breaks out of prison.
Oh shit!
Convinced he intends to take her daughters, she sets out to find and kill him herself.
Oh my God.
So it's like Room meets
intense thriller.
Yeah, it's like Room meets Where the Crawdads Roam or Sing meets like a revenge murder killer thing.
Yeah, what was that movie with Jodie Foster where it's like you can't get tried for a crime you've
Double
already
Jeopardy.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that.
Well, except it wouldn't be Double Jeopardy. She'd just be murdering.
No, I understand,
her
but it's like the revenge
True.
like woman. I don't know.
That's a 5 for me.
I think I'm just copying you now. Yeah, it's also a 5 for me. This does sound really intense.
Wait, wasn't Daisy Ridley in Where the Crawdads Sing? I think so. Post Star Wars, she's really not done anything good.
Yeah.
But I still.
I do really like Ben Mendelsohn as well.
Yeah,
but
true.
Yeah, so 5.
5. Same day. November 3rd, but this one's coming straight to your televisions. Actually, the next 3 are. This one's on Apple. It's called Fingernails, and it looks cool. Sci-fi, thriller, romance, starring Jessie Buckley, whom we love, and Jeremy Allen White, whom we adore, and also Cate Blanchett. And it's like a romance, like another one of these like sci-fi technology is like dictating romances, and Jessie Buckley finds out, I think, that her romance with Jeremy Allen White is like not what it seems, and like, you know, like an algorithm is involved and something, and then they say thriller, so it must get a little spicy. That's all I know.
So what's your score?
My score, because I'm still waiting. I feel like we have one of these like interesting sci-fi things each month, and none of them seem to be that good, but I'm still holding out hope. And I really like Jessie Buckley. She's always good. A star on the rise. And Jeremy Allen White, of course, from our beloved The Bear. So I'm going to say a 7.
I was also going to say a 7.
Well, stop copying me. Then maybe you should go first so I can copy you.
I haven't heard of this, though. This does sound really intriguing. So, and since it's on streaming, we'll probably watch it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So 7.
Same day on Hulu, a movie called Quiz Lady. It is starring Awkwafina.
Oh, I saw this.
You saw the movie or you saw a little commercial?
The commercial. I think I sent it to you.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Awkwafina, Sandra Oh, Will Ferrell, Jason Schwartzman, a brilliant but tightly wound game show obsessed young woman, Awkwafina, and her estranged train wreck of a sister, Sandra Oh, must work together to help cover their mother's gambling debts. And when Anna's beloved dog is kidnapped, they set out on a wild cross-country trek to get the cash the only way they know how, by turning Did I say Anna? It's Anne. Awkwafina into a bona fide game show champion. Boy, I stumbled over reading that thing. But yeah, a road trip movie with very smart Awkwafina, I guess, and her train wreck of a sister, kind of playing. I feel like that's switching what they were normally play. Like Sandra Oh would be the more like stereotypical smart timid person, and Awkwafina's like the wacky one, but they're switching it, and that's cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to watch this. I wouldn't say like I think it's going to be great by any means. Like I feel like these type of comedies are more typically bad. Not that I'm saying it's going to be bad, but who knows? So I'm going to say a 6.
I'll also say a 6, but it's going to be on Hulu. It's going to be real easy. We're loving it. Same day on Netflix, November 3rd. A movie called Sly, and it is a Netflix documentary about Sylvester Stallone. That's it. It's a 5. It's a 4.
Yeah, I guess I don't really care about this. I feel like I've heard talk about this that's gonna whatever it's good or I don't know. But yeah, I don't really care.
It's interesting. It could potentially be interesting just because he's been involved in Hollywood for so long and like still a mainstay in action. And if it explores like action and
if it's anything like the Beckham doc.
Well, I'm sure it's not sports, so it's not. Or like the Downey documentary that he did was great.
That's true.
But that was more just about like
he's charismatic. Like, I don't know. Sylvester Stallone
was pretty charismatic.
I don't know. He just doesn't do it for me. Good. Yeah.
But also the Downey doc was more about like his dying father. So there's a whole emotional thing about it where this is just, well, a guy getting older. Who knows? We'll see. Yep. That's the end of that week for movies. You
didn't even let me give it a score.
I'll give it a score.
4.
4. You copied me. 4. So not Pricilla. Priscilla's the one, but we're hesitant because of what we've heard that it's not fantastic, but I'm sure it'll be good. I mean, it's always like good. The next week, so many. Oh my God, there's so many. And this week is better, I promise. Starting it off with the big one, whether you're excited about it, it's definitely going to make the most money. But then still somehow be a disappointment because Disney has completely different standards. But on November 10th, the Marvels, not Captain Marvel 2, much to apparently Brie Larson's chagrin. The Marvels comes out, which pits Monica Rambeau, the Captain, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, and newly introduced Miss Marvel from the television show. Their powers get intertwined, and that's when I stop watching the trailer because, like, I don't need to know. I'm definitely going to see it. I like Captain Marvel quite a bit. I like Brie Larson quite a bit. I really like Rambeau and Tiana Paris. She's been fantastic. And then the Miss Marvel, she's like fun.
Yeah, I thought she was
the
cute.
show was really good and like a nice lighter energy to the other two's kind of heaviness. So I think it could be good, but I'm sure people are going to like hate on it. And based on recent Marvel stuff, it's just been like really boring. So I'm going to give it a 7.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I keep saying I'm going to lower my standards for these things, but I don't know. I like these people. No, it might be bad. Whatever. I'm sticking with 6.
They've pushed this movie a lot. So that tells me that they either have high hopes for it or that it wasn't done. Yeah. So that doesn't really give me much to go on.
Oh, you mean like pushed it out? I thought you meant like marketing because they're also marketing pushing it a lot.
Yeah, no. I meant like they delayed the date, the release date a lot.
Oh, I think that's just, Marvel's pushed back a lot of stuff. So I think that was just in line.
Well, no, I think it was possibly because of SAG and everything. They really wanted Brie Larson to get out there to promote this. But obviously that's not going to happen. So I don't know. I'm going to say a 7.
Okay. I'm a 6. I changed it.
Yes, I heard.
Okay. Now we got some goodies and goodies on November 10th, even though it's technically out limited. So I think we could go see it in some of the smaller theaters, but it is coming out wide on November 10th. Alexander Payne's latest flick called The Holdovers. He's the director of Nebraska, The Descendants, Sideways, if you didn't know. Paul Giamatti plays, it's like a boys' school
Dead Poet Society.
Superintendent or something. And there's some guys that don't go home. I think it's Thanksgiving.
No, it's Christmas.
It's Christmas, so it's like a week or a month. So they stay at the school, and Paul Giamatti's kind of like a babysitter of sorts. And yeah, I don't know. Alexander Payne usually rules. It should be pretty funny. It should be kind of coming of age, self-discovery. It should just, I'm excited. I'm going to give this one an 8.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti is getting talks for Best Actor.
Ooh.
So that gives me like really high hopes. Like people, again, out of the festivals have been praising this movie and how wonderful it is. So yeah, I'm going to give this an 8.
Excellent. And I think I would give it higher. But there are some other things coming up that I want this whole thing to be a little weighted. Not this one, but the next one, November 10th, a Shudder movie, although I think it is actually coming out in theaters, but I haven't seen a single trailer and didn't know it existed until I was putting this list together. So maybe it's just going to come out on Shudder, the network. and I will definitely watch it because it is called It's a Wonderful Knife. And the concept is a girl stops a killer in the 80s. And then a year later, similar to It's a Wonderful Life, she wishes that she was never born for whatever reason. They don't explain that in the tagline. And she gets sent into this like alternate universe where she was never born and the killer is still on the loose. And she needs to work with someone to figure out who the killer is to stop them. So it's like what was
Lovely
it?
Bones?
Sure. Well, it's like It's a Wonderful Life, but
Yeah.
it's a slasher horror movie, but Happy Death Day.
Yeah.
Where it's like not that she's probably repeating the same day, but like similar, she has some knowledge of what's going on and has to then piece together the pieces to figure out who it is. And that's fun. And I love horror movies. And I'm going to give this one a 7.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt this is something I'm going to watch, though maybe if it's not super gory, I'd give it a watch because it does sound actually pretty interesting, but I'll give it a 6.
Next, I alluded to it already on the same day, November 10th. Is everybody still with us? I know this is a lot and we're not even close to done. David Fincher's latest movie coming to Netflix, starring Michael Fassbender, called The Killer. It's a thriller. That's all I need. I'm a 9.5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this. David Fincher's always really good. I'm going to give it a 9.
Fassbender is back, baby. Same day, November 10th, A24, It Can't Be Bad. Nicolas Cage, Maybe It Can. It's called Dream Scenario. A hapless family man, played by Nicolas Cage, finds his life turned upside down when millions of strangers finally start seeing him in their dreams. Why did I say finally? Suddenly start seeing him in their dreams. It's giving me Charlie Kaufman vibes of like Being John Malkovich or even Adaptation, which Nicolas Cage was in. Kind of like this oddball, interesting comedy, dark comedy, introspective thing.
And where'd you say this was on? Is it in theaters?
It is in theaters, A24, baby. I'm giving this one an 8.
Wow.
Yeah, it seems really, I feel like it looks really cool. It could be very bad, but I doubt it.
I doubt it, honestly. I bet this is, especially if they're putting it in theaters, like they could have dropped it on Netflix if they wanted. I bet it's good. I'm still going to give it a 7. Like, I doubt I'm going to rush out to see this.
Yeah, there's so much going on, but A24, it can't be bad. It never is bad. The next week, and hold on to your butts, everybody. There's so many movies. We're going to fly through these. November 16th, a Netflix movie that I probably shouldn't have even put on this list. But hey, it's kind of like the first Christmas movie out this season. It is called Best Christmas Ever, starring Heather Graham and Brandy. Brandy's back. It looked like it's kind of, I think it was maybe ex-friends or ex-colleagues. And Brandy is like an influencer who is making her life look wonderful. And Heather Graham is trying to prove that it's not. It's all sham.
Oh, shit.
I don't know, but it's also a Christmas movie. So you get in the spirit. It's a 3 for me.
I mean, you said this is going to be on Netflix,
It's
right?
on Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch this.
Yeah, I figure it'll be very popular.
I'll give this a 10.
Get out of here.
No, I'll give it a 7.
I'm sure it'll be very popular, and then like more and more Netflix Christmas movies come out for the next month and a half. On November 17th, this is kind of a big one also, although we'll see how it resonates with the people after all these years. It is The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, a prequel to the beloved Hunger Games series, replacing Jennifer Lawrence with Rachel Zegler. That's all I really know. I think it's the guy Snow.
Yeah,
him as a kid, or it's his like grandfather. He was like kind of the bad guy that set it all up. Or was in
I
charge
think it's
of the
him
Hunger
as like a
Games.
younger
Hunger
person.
Game. Or is this is like the first Hunger Game? Is it?
I don't know.
Anyway, Irma was, you read all the books. I read all the books. We saw all the movies. They were good. I don't know how excited I am for this with everything coming out. Although this week, I don't know if we'll see it. We'll see. This might be it. We have to see a lot of movies this month. It's a 6 for me, dog.
Yeah, I'm also going to say a 6. I don't know about this franchise. Like, if it still has legs, I don't think I really care, to be honest.
It fell off a little bit.
Yeah.
Rachel Zegler is kind of a star on the rise, but maybe
She's
this was
definitely
an
not there
interesting
yet.
choice.
I mean, this also has, oh my gosh. Her name starts with Viola Davis.
Viola Davis, who is not always great.
Yeah, you don't like her for some reason.
I loved her in Woman King. I dislike her in almost everything else. And especially she plays like this part. It was like this, like the Suicide Squad part.
Yeah.
Of just like the lady kind of in charge. This is boring.
And it also has the guy from Game of Thrones. Ugh, I can't remember his name.
The
Hand of the King.
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage, yes.
He is always good.
Exactly. He is always good.
Same day, November 17th, a movie called Thanksgiving, which Irma will 100% not be seeing. It is Eli Roth's
Oh, I heard that this is very scary.
latest absolute insane. I saw a trailer for it. It looks insane. He's obviously of Cabin Fever and the original Hostel, among many other things since then. It's called Thanksgiving. Did I say that? But it looks like it's like a pilgrim comes back to probably a Massachusetts town and starts slaughtering people for some reason. It looks wildly gory. It is a 8.5 for me.
What is that on? Is that going to be in theaters?
It's in theaters.
Wow.
And then I'm sure something.
So this will be a solo day for you.
Yeah, I'll probably just go. It's easier for the horror stuff because I could just go.
Yeah, it's interesting that this is coming out then. I guess because it's close
like
to Thanksgiving.
A week before Thanksgiving.
Well, I know, but like, yeah, I don't know. This is a 0 for me.
How many there's like Black Christmas. There's a lot of holiday based horror movies.
Yeah.
And so now Eli Roth is putting a stamp on Thanksgiving. Watch it with your family on Black Friday.
I thought you said it's going to be in theaters. Yeah, I don't know.
But if you're like a family of horror nuts, you wait and you go together.
Well, we could see the Christmas one. That's your mom's favorite movie.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Knife.
Yeah, exactly.
We should back to back them.
You could watch that with your family.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll love that.
Yeah, just don't tell them.
Yeah, it's a sequel.
Yeah. Or just slur the knife part.
It's a Wonderful Knife, yeah. I'll just put it on. This looks different. Who's dying? Same day, we gotta go. November 17th, Trolls band together, the third Trolls installment. I also feel like this is another one that definitely got delayed because I feel like we've been seeing the trailer for so long, but it's finally coming out. Anna Kendrick, Justin Timberlake, like famously, they made a whole big deal about NSYNC recording a new song. That was like a month or two ago, but the movie is still not out for two. Like, I don't know why they did that announcement and then the movie was coming out like 7 weeks later. Seems odd, but I'm sure it'll bubble back to the surface because I'm pretty sure the song is for this because we find out Justin Timberlake's character was like once in a boy band with his brothers. And I think that's the NSYNC people. But it's just more Trolls singing songs.
Yeah, I actually did like the Trolls movies. Like I find them like cute and entertaining, whatever. I wouldn't say this is a franchise I like necessarily. And with the Justin Timberlake of it all, I'm not going to lie, after reading Britney's book and everything else about him, I'm just so out on him. Like he's just not a good person. So I'm going to say
bias. I
am. Well, I mean, it's out there. Like his shit. Yeah. I'm just not into it. I'll say a 5.
A 5. 4.
Oh, you're even lower than I am.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, we'll see it when it's on Max.
Yeah.
Like the other movies.
Okay, fine. I'll be a 3.
Wow. No. Yeah, because I like Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Same day, November 17th.
You've been saying 16th.
17th. No, the best Christmas ever is the 16th for some reason. Then everything else is the 17th.
Oh.
This week. November 17th, Taika Waititi and Michael Fassbender and Jacob Elordi are doing work this month. I think maybe it's just anyway. No. Yeah, I see it. Both of them. Taika Waititi directed. I think it's also based on a book. But Michael Fassbender is a soccer coach who is about to get fired unless he turns the American Samoa national team into a good team. It's real. It's based on true story.
Yeah, I saw a preview for this. That's Taika Waititi. That looks like crap. That preview.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
And Jacob Elordi's in that?
No, Michael Fassbender.
Oh my God. You just said Jacob Elordi.
Yeah, he comes back up. I'm just saying that this is the second Michael Fassbender movie this month, and Jacob Elordi also has multiple.
Sometimes you're very confusing when you speak.
I jump around. People have to listen. Next goal wins. I don't know. I feel like people are saying it's good though.
Okay.
But
no, I mean, I love a good heartwarming story. Like a sports, like, it all works out in the end. Those are always good, but I wouldn't say that this looks like it. I don't know. It's great.
5.
Yeah, 5.
5. Right down the middle. Well, if it's good, I guess we'll be pleasantly surprised. Same day. So it comes out. There's a few of these actually now with streamers taking over and festival movies coming out. This movie comes out November 17th in theaters. Technically, I guess I could have put it on next month because it comes out on Netflix December 1st, but it was the big movie out of Sundance called May December. It is Todd Haynes' latest directorial movie starring Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore. It is a fictionalized story of Julianne Moore was in a new controversial relationship with a student. You know, like we've heard real life stories of this.
I mean, it is based on that.
Yeah, but like loosely. And then Natalie Portman is an actress who is playing like the fictionalized version of this fictionalized version of Julianne Moore's character. So they're like living together and Natalie Portman is studying her. And I think it's like relatively funny, kind of quirky, probably pretty strange. Todd Haynes tends to do weird stuff. That Bob Dylan movie that people are still all over the place about with Cate Blanchett as one of the Bob Dylans. I'm pretty excited for this. What did I say for The Killer? 9.5. So this is an 8.5.
Yeah, I'm also very excited about this. I've heard really good things. I've heard that that they're great. And
Natalie Portman.
I've heard that it's like
great.
Very funny. And I'm going to say a 9.
9. And you don't like Julianne Moore. Maybe this will turn you around.
That's true. I find her very annoying.
Maybe she'll be good in this one though for you. Who knows?
We'll see.
She often goes big. Next, similar story, kind of, not really, but another festival movie that is finally coming out on November 17th. It is called Saltburn. It is Emerald Fennell's follow-up to Promising Young Woman, starring Barry Keoghan from Banshees of Inisherin, Jacob Elordi. It is a psychological thriller where I believe Barry Keoghan is spending like a weekend or a week with Jacob Elordi's like rich family or something out on, I believe it's like the East End of Long Island, something like that. And things are weird. That sounds great to me. Promising Young Woman was awesome. Carey Mulligan is in this, but obviously not starring like she was in the original, the first one. 9.
So the problem with festival movies is that I just like hear about them so much.
Stop listening.
I know. So this has gotten not great reviews. So I'm not as excited about this. I'm going to say a 7.
Wow. Irma's getting spoiled by the people that have seen it. Hey, anybody listening, spread the word, subscribe, tell all your friends so that we can be the ones going to the dang festivals, telling people whether they should or shouldn't be excited for these movies. I'm still excited. And the last movie this week, also on November 17th, and it is coming straight to Peacock. Thank you very much, Lauren Michaels. But it is the Please Don't Destroy guys that are on SNL, made a movie called Please Don't Destroy the Treasure of Foggy Mountain. And I love these guys. I think they're so funny. So this is an 8.5 for me also.
Do you even know what it's about?
No. I think.
Wow. I haven't heard about this at all.
A mystery
well,
or
we
something.
haven't been watching SNL. SNL is back and we haven't been watching. So we got to watch. Maybe they'll have like a preview or something for it.
And I won't watch it.
Why do you have to be like that?
Because I don't like trailers. I'm just going to see it.
Annoying.
It's coming in Peacock.
All right,
I'm going to
give it
turn
an 8.
on.
Okay.
An 8. It's very high.
Is it? Yeah. I mean, I like a good comedy. What's wrong with that?
Excellent. Okay. I was just making sure. The last week in November, from November 21st to the 30th, so a little extended, more movies On November 21st, a movie called Leo. It is coming straight to Netflix. It is an Adam Sandler animated coming-of-age musical.
Oh.
It actually sounds interesting. At first, I saw the picture and was like, whatever, it'll be fine. But it is a coming-of-age musical comedy about the last year of elementary school as seen through the eyes of the class pet. So, like, Adam Sandler is like an iguana whose 75 years have just been living in an elementary school classroom.
75 years?
Something like that. And just like observing kids, and then it's a musical. It sounds like a really cool idea, actually. So I'm giving this one a 7.5. It's also it's like family oriented. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to give this a 6, but I do love Adam Sandler. Like, I don't know.
I'll give it a 7. I changed 7 because I'm seeing what's coming up. The next day, the 22nd of November, Disney's latest animated musical, Wish, starring Ariana DeBose and Chris Pine. I kind of forget what it's about. Something about wishes, fairy tale shit. I thought the trailer looked good from what I remember, so I'm gonna give this one a 6. Nope, a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
I doubt we'll see this in
just
theaters.
Just enthusiastic this month for some reason.
Though it does look really cute, and Ariana DeBose is a great singer, so yeah, I think it's gonna sound amazing. I hope the songs are all really great, but I'm gonna give this a 6. Like, we'll wait till Disney Plus to see it.
Yeah, because we're going to the movie theater on November 22nd to see Joaquin Phoenix as Napoleon Bonaparte in Ridley Scott's latest and potentially last movie. You never know when a guy is this freaking old still making movies. Napoleon, it's called, starring Joaquin Phoenix as the titular Napoleon, comes out on November 22nd. It is all kind of like Killers of the Flower Moon. It is an Apple production, but there's no actual date that it'll come out on Apple. So it's not like a Netflix ones where we know a week or two later it'll be on Netflix. Apple is kind of just letting it ride. So we will definitely go to the movie theater for this because I am a 9.5 also. I love Joaquin Phoenix. I think he is our greatest living actor.
I agree with Joaquin Phoenix. How long is this?
Let's look it up. Hopefully less than Killers of the Flower Moon. I think it is Napoleon.
Because this definitely does seem like a dramatic overall.
Yeah, but it looks like epic.
I know. I'm just like, I just don't know if I could do 3.5 hours again.
It is not. It is 2.5 hours.
Oh.
157 minutes. So like with credits, less than 2.5 hours.
Okay. I can do that. All right. I'll give this an 8.
An 8. Okay. And on the same day, apparently, which is weird that they haven't moved one of these because we got two, at this point, icons making movies. Maestro comes out on November 22nd. Leonard Bernstein, Bradley Cooper as Leonard Bernstein, and Carey Mulligan as his wife, lover. Apparently, it's like a lot about their relationship and not whatever. Like they incorporate their relationship a lot. It's not just about his career. It comes out, and then the same one. So that actually, I guess there's a decent delay because this comes out on Netflix for Christmas, December 20th. But I think we'll probably see it before that, so we can tell the people what we think. This is a less than Napoleon. What did I say? 9.5. I'm giving this one an 8.5.
So I've heard really good things about this. Leonard Bernstein, local New Yorker.
Yeah, we're privy to his oeuvre.
Yeah.
Can't say I'm like a huge classical music and Leonard Bernstein aficionado. So,
but people are talking about Carey Mulligan, and her performance and saying how wonderful she is in it. So I'm excited to see that and to talk about her more.
Carey Mulligan, another one of Talkin' 10's favorites.
My favorite.
I know. I'm just saying, as a group, I'm calling out a few. Joaquin Phoenix, Fassbender. There's a lot this month.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that this is more inversed. This is a 9 for me.
9, not 9.5. Irma doesn't do the halves.
No, I think halves are cheating.
Well, whatever. I give almost nothing a 10. What do we got? Oh, the same.
No, this is just an excitometer. This is not like
so
you're rating or something.
I can be more excited. I'm leaving the world open for me to be more excited. The shows coming up could be Stay tuned, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. Stay tuned for some of the shows. There might be a 10 on November 22nd. Decidedly not a 10, but a really fun thing that's happening is Good Burger 2. So Kenan Thompson and Kel are back.
Do you not know Kel's last name?
No, I forget it, and I didn't feel like looking it up. Kel. Now you put me on the spot.
No,
we're leaving
it's
it
okay.
in. Dexter and Ed reunite in the present day at restaurant Good Burger.
That was their names?
Yeah, Dexter and Ed. I don't know why.
Oh, I thought it was Kenan and Kel, even in like the Good Burger.
No, I guess not. They probably say Dex and Ed. Anyway, I guess we were all that age, I would say. Good Burger, maybe not so much. But yeah, I don't know. I'll see it. Is it coming out? Why do I don't have a streamer on here, but
it must be Peacock. No,
it's probably got to be Peacock. And if not day and date, it'll be eventually.
Or no, it's probably like Nickelodeon. What is Nickelodeon?
Max, I think now.
So maybe it'll be
know.
HBO.
It's got to be Lorne Michaels related though. But I guess, yeah, who knows?
I mean, it could be like a co-production. Anyway, we're getting into the weeds. I don't know if I really care about this. I'm going to give it a 4.
I didn't give a score. I'll give it a 5. I think that I've given a few that I'm like, we'll get to it. And the last movie of this month, that this is kind of a controversial because it could definitely be next month's, but it's another one that is technically coming out in select theaters by Netflix and then coming out on Netflix on December 8th. It is called Leave the World Behind, and it is Sam Esmail's latest project that this is now a movie instead of doing TV shows. It's based on a book. It stars Ethan Hawke, Mahershala Ali, Julia Roberts, and it is a rich vacation home. I think this is also out east on Long Island.
Wasn't this like a Broadway show?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
And like possibly the world is ending and we're with rich people, high society. There's a blackout. No devices stop working. And then I guess we see what happens to these people. It sounds like a great concept. Sam Esmail, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt until he completely lets me down. But Mr. Robot and then the other show he did with Julia Roberts that I can't remember. Those are both good. And I feel like this is maybe the first. Did he have another movie between that? I think probably. But this is a big one. And technically we're cheating because maybe it would be in next month's. But I'm going to give it an 8.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to give this an 8. I don't know if we're going to rush out to the theaters to see this, but I have heard really good things. And what I think it is like Mahershala Ali and his wife are staying at an Airbnb. And then all of a sudden, like the world is coming to an end. And then Julia Roberts and her husband come home.
And that's Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. And like Mahershala Ali and his family are still there.
Oh. So
and
kind of,
and I think it's like a class divide. Obviously, it's a race thing.
It sounds kind of similar to Saltburn, where like Barry Keoghan is not a rich guy, and like he's with a lordie.
So we'll
whatever.
see. Yeah, I mean, maybe what I'm describing is incorrect, but I'm almost positive that's what I've heard. Yeah. What did I say? An 8?
I think you said also an 8.
Yeah, an 8.
That's the TV. That's the movies. Let's take a short break for our sponsors. And then we'll get to the television. Talkin' Tent is sponsored by you, beloved listeners. Thank you for listening. If you haven't already, leave a review. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. It certainly helps. Tell all your best friends. I know it's hard to keep up with as much content as we put out and talk about. But hey, if you watch something and you're like, I want to know what Zach and Irma thought about it, all the episodes are still there. And you can just search. I put lovely timestamps for everything. I mean, Craig, the producer, puts timestamps. Thank you very much, Craig. And you can listen then. So I know it's like, hey, listen to this podcast that talks about way too much shit. But everybody eventually gets there. We're just a little bit ahead of them. Thank you very much. Now on to the television. In November, we got some great stuff, I think. And we're starting out with something that Irma's been looking forward to since who knows when, since it was announced on November 1st. So today, for all you listeners listening day of, thank you. Also, Love Island Games is streaming on Peacock. Go.
Yeah, I definitely am looking forward to this. I think it's going to be fun. I love having a good reality competition show to like watch in the fall. Yeah, I'll say an 8.
Have you seen a trailer for it?
I have not.
Okay, so by Love Island Games, do you think it's like how Real World and like those shows then made the challenge where it's all physical, basically?
No.
So like, what are they doing?
I have no idea.
Okay, interesting. So for anybody that doesn't know, I believe they're taking the UK, people from the UK, people from the US version, and people from the Australian version. They're on teams or something, and they do games.
It
is hosted by the UK host.
Yeah.
It's hosted by the UK host and narrated by the guy that does the UK version's narration, who I think is very funny when I hear.
Well, I think
Irma
he also
does
the US version too. Maybe not. I don't remember.
But I don't watch Love Island. Sometimes I check in when Irma's watching it just to look at the butts. We love the butts. But so I buy 0, I guess, because I'm not going to watch this. Irma's going to watch it by herself. The next day, November 2nd, a pretty hyped up Netflix thing that I'm not sure it's for me, but we'll see. It is a limited series called All the Lights We Cannot See, which is also based on a book. I think a very popular book. It is a story takes place in World War II. It's about a blind woman, I think, living through World War II, and I believe there's a romance involved with Mark Ruffalo or something like that. It looks very cheesy, kind of like maybe not cheesy, but one of those movies where it's like love and humanity persevere in even the worst conditions, which can be nice, but sometimes it can get pretty hokey. Based on it being Netflix, I assume it's going to get kind of hokey.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah.
Netflix doesn't do prestige anymore.
Yeah, it's certainly not very often. So this is, I'm just going to throw this as another 5 for me.
Yeah, I'm going to also say a 5.
I do like Mark Ruffalo. The next day, November 3rd, Invincible season 2 finally comes out. Even when they take how many years to put out a second season, it still falls right around the same times as a Boys vehicle. But I guess Amazon has just churned out so much Boys content, The Boys, now Gen V, I'm saying, that it's almost impossible to completely avoid it. But it is a similar vein. Although it's animated, kind of like superheroes, and Invincible. I think we learned that his father was a really bad man, and something. But it was like ultra violent, more mature superhero thing. It's an 8 for me on season 2.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for this. I loved season 1, so I'm going to also say an 8.
And a little fun one for me and Irma that we started during the pandemic, and now it's been a while, but it is finally coming back for technically season 2 of the reboot. On November 7th, Wipeout comes back.
I was wondering where it was this summer.
Yeah, because they did a season 1 that was dead in the middle of the pandemic. Then I think things probably got messed up, and then they finished that same season, even though it was several months later. So I think that's what I was confused about when it said technically this is season 2, but I think it's been years since the last episode, but maybe I'm just misremembering. But it's fun. It's a fun time. Nicole Byer and John Cena do the commentary, and they're very funny together.
Yeah, they have a great dynamic.
It's a 7. I don't know. Is that too high? 6?
No.
It's so silly, but it's like we put it on as like a palate cleanser.
Yeah. No, I love that. And I love those type of shows. And they're really funny. I don't know. I like it. Yeah, 8.
8. Nice.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Sometimes you need just a goofy. There's so much like serious stuff. You need a goofy. November 8th, it seems like every network and streamer and production house has to have a show now that takes place sometime in like the 1800s about fancy people. This is Apple's iteration of it called The Buccaneers. And it is. Let's read the log line here. In the 1870s, a bunch of rich American girls are trying to find a posh English husband during the London debutante season. So I thought I did watch the trailer of this one because I wanted to see is it giving sex lives of college girls, but in the 1800s, or like a what was the Netflix show? Bridgerton. It's not giving me either of those because it doesn't look funny at all.
Oh.
It looks like 90210 kind of in this time.
Is it sci-fi?
No. Why would it be sci-fi? Like they travel back in time?
Because it's on Apple.
No, it's just their attempt to do an 1800s show.
But Apple only does sci-fi.
Well, apparently not. They're dipping their teeth into that genre. Fancy time. This will be another one that I haven't watched any of those this era shows. You have. I'm sure you'll eventually watch it because one of your podcasts will talk about it.
I doubt it. Maybe I'll watch a trailer for it and see what the vibe is like. I'll give it a 5.
Did I give a score?
No,
it's a 3 for me. Not for me. November 9th, coming to Paramount Plus. It's called Colin from Accounts. And it's an Australian comedy that's like already aired there and is already picked up for a second season. So that's like it's probably pretty good. And it's about Ashley and Gordon, 2 singles who are brought together by a car accident and an injured dog who they name Colin. So like, I think they eventually get together, rom-com-y. We always need like one of these shows going on. It seems like some sort of kind of romantic comedy, fun, easy. I'll give this one a 7, but I think like I would like to be pleasantly surprised by how funny it is.
Yeah, I feel like there was like that Australian comedy show that we watched.
About the family.
Yeah, yep. Which was so funny. So if it's anything like that, then it will probably also be very funny. We'll definitely have to watch with subtitles. Don't get mad.
No, Australia's not always as bad. It depends where they are. Fair dinkum. Irma can't understand accents.
I can't understand
if
anyone.
You're new to the show. She's bad with English.
I'll say a 6.
What did I say? I said a 7. Irma, here come the 10s.
Okay.
On November 10th, Showtime. So maybe a lot of you can't watch it, unfortunately, but Nathan Fielder is putting out a show with the Safdie brothers and Emma Stone. I do not know what it's about. Don't even tell me. I haven't looked at one frame of it. It's called The Curse, and it is a 10 for me. The most excited I am for anything this month.
So
don't say anything about what you know.
So this is my biggest quandary with the show. The Safdie brothers, they're weird. Nathan Fielder is weird. Emma Stone is clearly in her weird era.
Yeah, with poor things coming out.
And I don't know if I'm here for weird. I don't think I have a choice. I have to watch this. And I am excited to see what the hell it is. Emma Stone doing TV is definitely a big deal. Like, she's a movie star and shouldn't do TV if she doesn't have to. That being said, yeah, I'll give this a 9.
Wow, after all that, it's still a 9. All right. This is the number 1. And no, I'll stay in date order. I was going to go out slightly out of order just to get the other one out of the way. But a weird one that I kind of saw on a list, and I was like, oh, let me Google it to find out what this is. It's called Beacon 23. It's coming to MGM Plus, which, yes, I do subscribe to. I think I added it during the month of Zach to watch Bones and All, and I still pay for it. It's fine.
Wait, how do you get it? Is it like part of
through YouTube TV?
Oh.
But I think you can get it as a standalone app also, but I subscribe to it through YouTube TV.
Jesus, how much money do you spend?
A lot. It's $5 a month.
Yeah, but
whatever. Anyway, did I say it's called Beacon 23, and it's based on a Hugh Howey book. So the guy that wrote Wool, which was turned into Silo recently, he has apparently lots of sci-fi books. And this one stars Lena Headey, and it's about a man living in the 23rd century who works at a remote lighthouse, in quotes, in space that serves as a beacon to help passing ships. So it's like space age, the lighthouse, lonely guy. I don't know how Lena Headey is involved.
I was going to say, what's Lena Headey doing?
But maybe she shows up, like she gets stranded there, or she's just like one of the ships that pass and something happens. I don't know. The fact that it's on MGM Plus gives me pause. Sometimes with these sci-fi movies,
Oh, it's a movie.
No, sorry. Sci-fi shows. It's like if the budget is not there, it can really hinder the graphics, obviously. And like, even if the story's great, sometimes if it doesn't look good, it's like hard to get over. But hopefully they kind of work around that. Or maybe they just spent a lot of money and this will be like their kind of announcement. Like, hey, we have a streamer also. Maybe it'll be good. Who knows? So my score, I'm going to say a 6.
Yeah, I don't think I have any reference for this, to be honest, with the amount of content we already have to watch. I have a feeling this might get forgotten. Though maybe we'll catch up. Who knows? So I'm going to say a 3.
Wow, that's very low, but I think that's fair. And now the next one, November 14th. I'm going to waffle on this one, but maybe it's on Hulu. We talked about it last month. I think we talked about it the month before because it was supposed to come out and it got pushed. It is Britt Marling's murder mystery called A Murder at the End of the World. It's on
I'm very
Hulu.
excited about this.
The trailer looks awesome. Britt Marling, if you don't know, made a movie called Another Earth. It was kind of like this mind-bending, awesome sci-fi indie that was kind of like, here's a new mind in this space that's going to be great. Then she put out the OA on Netflix. I think the first season was good. Then like, I feel like she just got lost in it and that's all she's done. And now I feel like she is back. She's starring in it. She wrote it with her partner that has done everything with her. And then obviously like a room. It just looks awesome. It's a murder mystery. It's apocalyptic. It's futuristic. I kind of want to give this one a 10 also. This is a 10 for me also.
So the only issue I have is like, I've been seeing a lot of previews for True Detectives and the new season. I believe that's coming out in like January. And it just keeps getting jumbled in my mind because it also takes place like basically at the edge of the world, like in like a snow covered place. Yes. And it's about a murder mystery and that has sci-fi elements. I wouldn't say that that's futuristic, but like just in my head, they get confused. I think I'm excited for both. Like, I don't really think that matters. But yeah, I don't think I can picture this show in my head, even though I said I'm very excited about it. But
I think this will be much more heady than
True Detective.
True Detective.
Yeah, we'll see.
With what's her name? Foster. Jodie Foster.
What's the one with, she was in The Crown, so I don't know if you would recognize her.
Emma Corrin?
Yeah.
She's in this one.
Okay, so this is the one Emma Corrin's in.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but yes.
Okay.
It looks like she's the star.
Yes.
Because she's on the poster.
Yes. Okay. So then, yes, this is the one I'm also thinking of. People are saying that she is great in this. Or actually, I should say they, because they identify as them. Anyway, I give it a 9.
9. Nice. 2 in a row. This week is going to be a big one. And in television, I think my 2 most excited things are on television, which is great. And here's a third one for you, Irma. On November 16th, The Crown Season 6, Part 1 comes out on Netflix.
Part 1?
Yeah, so wow. I guess they're probably taking a break probably for the holidays. And then Part 2 will come out.
Shit. I'm very excited about this. I think this is going to be amazing. Elizabeth Debicki. Oh my gosh. This is when she
Who's
dies.
That?
She's playing Diana.
Oh, she looks very pretty in the things I've seen.
Yeah. She was the woman who's in Tenet. Do you remember?
No.
She's in a lot of stuff.
She was already in season 5, right?
Yes.
As Diana.
Yes.
And now is when she dies.
Yeah.
It's going to be so sad.
I know. And I have a feeling she's probably going to die pretty early in the season because there's like, they already did so much of Diana's life already. And like now this needs to surpass her.
True. Well, I was wondering if maybe the Part 1 and the Part 2 is the split, is like the car accident.
Yeah.
So it's like before, leading up to, and then Part 2 is the end.
Yeah.
Because how much further are they going to, like now when Elizabeth died?
No. They always said that they're going to give at least like a 20-year gap.
So like, yeah, post Diana dying is kind of the end, probably.
I don't think so. I think they're going to, or maybe 10-year gap, whatever they said. Because essentially the way they ended the last season was, so she went on holiday with her 2 kids. I forget where. And when she gets back, that's when she dies. She dies like almost immediately. And they already showed that vacation that she went on.
So do you think it would be in the premiere?
I honestly think it's going to be very early on.
That is so sad.
I know.
Maybe I'll watch it.
I don't know. I freaking love The Crown. It's so well done. I don't care. Maybe it's probably not super accurate, but who cares? I don't expect it to be like historical fiction. Anyway, yeah, this is a 10 for me. This is my first official 10.
First official 10. Excellent. Maybe I will. I'll watch. I feel like I watched the one episode about that really horrendous, like the cave-in that happened.
Yeah, the school.
Yeah, I like the really sad ones. But this is, there's been so much Diana content, but I would like to see how they tackle it. It is kind of crazy, though. So season 1, it's like Elizabeth getting the throne, right? I think I watched a bunch of season 1. It seems crazy to not finish it. Like they have it. It happened. Her life is over. I think they
eventually will.
But they're calling this the final season.
Yeah, I just don't think like he wants to be able to give distance.
Sure.
To current events.
So 6 seasons in a movie. So he'll do the movie in 5 years to finish it.
Yeah, well, I think like Piers Morgan, who is the guy? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, not Piers Morgan.
Not Piers Morgan at all. Oh my gosh. Has been obsessed with the royalty for his whole career. I mean, he did The Queen, the movie with Ella Mirren. So, I mean, I don't think he's done with this, with the family.
Be sick of it. Peter Morgan. So you're actually very close.
He's definitely not done with the royal family by any means, but maybe he's just done with the crown. But though I don't think so. I think he'll definitely come back with another season when it's 10 years or whatever.
They got to finish it. Not that much interesting happened. I guess
maybe they'll go into the Meghan Markle of it all. Who knows?
Ooh, controversial.
Yeah.
They find interesting things to talk about. Here's another one. Actually, these 2 weeks from November 10th to the 21st, bangers galore. On November 16th, 17th, The Crown was the 16th. The next day on Netflix is Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
Ooh, this is an animated though,
it's
right?
It's the animated version. Yeah. It's animated like how the actual comics look. All of the same cast is coming back to do the voices. I didn't want to look, again, I don't watch very many trailers because I don't like things to be ruined. I didn't want to look too much into how much overlap. Like, is this a sequel? I don't think so. I think there's a lot of comics and the movie is obviously like a 2-hour movie. I think inevitably there's going to be some overlap with the story, but maybe they go a little further or they do a little bit more detail, but it could be a very similar story. We'll see. Either way, it should be really fun, really funny, really cool that they got all the same people to actually come back. I think it's like literally everyone agreed to it.
I mean, it's a stacked cast.
Yeah, now all of those people have gotten so famous. Like Michael Cera was already famous.
Yeah.
And Schwartzman's in it. He's always been like pretty much the same level. Brie Larson, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Chris Evans, Aubrey Plaza, Anna Kendrick, Mae Whitman, Michael Cera, Jason Schwartzman, Allison Pill, Kieran Culkin, Brandon Routh. That's a fun one. Little throwback. No offense, whoever else, but it starts to get slightly less famous. Congratulations for being on the show. So stacked cast.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is an 8. So we'll probably watch it almost immediately, but who knows? That feels like it's going to be a busy weekend. So
yeah, but this one will be an easy one. So if things start to get heavy from all of this shit, Scott Pilgrim will be just an easy. Let's throw it on. I'm going to go an 8 also. November 21st, we are almost there, everybody. This is actually the last big one. Then there's 3 that I kind of threw on that's in the last week. On November 21st, Fargo season 5 finally comes out. Another one. It feels like we've been waiting so long. It's on Hulu, FX on Hulu, whichever one you want. And this one is starring Juno Temple from Ted Lasso and many other things before that, but most famously recently from Ted Lasso, John Hamm, Jennifer Jason Leigh. So legend. John Hamm is always good. I didn't.
Oh, you were speaking about Jennifer Jason Leigh being a legend.
Yes.
Wow.
She is.
No, I know she is, but I thought you were referencing John Hamm as a legend.
No, he hasn't hit legend status yet.
Your men.
Yeah, I like my ladies too. We've been talking about all these ladies I like. Yeah, Jennifer Jason Leigh, legend. John Hamm, fantastic. He still hasn't earned legend yet. Again, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm bad at this because I didn't look up what it's about. It's Fargo. It's like mishap, criminal.
Yeah, but
crime.
we didn't like the last season. I don't remember finishing it.
I definitely finished it. Was that the Chris Rock one?
Yeah, you
Season
finished
4?
it, I think.
Yeah,
I think
maybe
I
you
just
didn't.
kind of like I just was out. I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
Though I
this one,
loved the Kirsten Dunst season. That was great.
Yeah.
Jesse Plemons.
I think I saw maybe a few scenes. So the Chris Rock one was very much like mob versus mob. I think it was like Chicago mob. They did a lot of race relations in it. This one looks more like classic Fargo, where it's like hijinks. Someone gets in a situation they shouldn't be in.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, yeah, the Fargo season 4, it was a little too much. Like we've seen a lot of this already.
Yeah.
You know, but this is a different take on it. But this is a triumphant return after a long time. So hopefully they had some delicious ruminating, and obviously all these strikes probably slowed everything down. But this is a 9, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Only because the last season I didn't love so much. I'm giving this a 7. I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than overly excited.
Yeah, I understand. And the final 3, technically the last week of November, on November 26th, Hulu, Baz Luhrmann's Faraway Downs. So if I don't even know, did you see Baz Luhrmann's Australia?
I didn't with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like this is a Baz Luhrmann that we've missed, but he's redoing it as a series. So let me give you 15 years after the release of Australia, Baz Luhrmann's sweeping tale of love, war, and the plight of Australia's stolen generations, set in the remote Northern Territory and led by Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman again.
Oh.
The auteur is back with more. And it's like, it's a retelling, he's saying. So it's not a sequel. Like, we shouldn't watch the movie.
Why?
I don't know. We shouldn't watch the movie because I feel like it'll just be the same thing,
This
but
honestly kind of
extended.
pisses me off.
But you love Baz.
I do?
Yeah, you love Baz.
I don't know.
You got so
I
excited
just-
for his movies. Like maybe Elvis took you out of it.
I don't know. I don't really think I'm very excited about this. I don't know. This just like kind of makes me annoyed. I'll give this a 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 4.
Okay, so then why you giving me?
No,
a
I
hard
thought
time?
you would be more excited. You tend to like Baz Luhrmann more than I do. So I don't know, but this is, yeah, I don't know. This is more of his like epic instead of his glitzy. Who knows? And finally, on the last day of November, a weird one on Netflix that I put on the list, but then watched the trailer and was like, oh, maybe not. But on November 30th, it's called Obliterated, and it is an action comedy from the same people that make Cobra Kai. It's about an elite special forces team who thwart a deadly threat and take out a bomb in Las Vegas, and they're all celebrating and getting drunk. And then they find out that that bomb was a fake and that they have to deactivate the real bomb, except now they're all obliterated. Get it? I thought that kind of maybe sounded like it could be funny. I watched the trailer. There's not one yuck in the whole trailer. So we might skip it unless somebody says it's good.
And this is a TV show?
It's an action comedy TV show. Also, great point. Like, how long can they be drugged for? If it's like 8 episodes, like what are they doing for that long?
Yeah, I'll give
I
this
think
a 3.
unless it's a movie, I'm pretty sure it said it's a series. I'm not going to look it up. I'm going to give it a 2.
Okay.
It's called Obliterated for anybody that, I mean, people will probably watch it because it's on Netflix. And finally, November 30th on Max, Selena and Chef, Home for the Holidays.
Oh, your fave.
Yes, we love Selena Gomez. We love her chef show. It's delightful with what's her name? Her best friend,
Raquel. Raquel's annoying.
She's fun. It's just nice seeing their friendship.
Yeah, that's true.
And her grandparents and the other friends. And this one will be holiday themed. So there'll probably be like, who knows, 3 or 4 episodes where they'll be making like goose or a ham. And Selena's back in our life, which we love. So 9.
Yeah, Yeah, a 9.
Yeah, it's just great. We know exactly what we're getting out of it, and we'll watch it immediately. It's like, it'll be one of those. It's like, yep, it's on. Let's watch it. Easy. That's it. We went through it all. Thank you, everybody, for bearing with us. That was, we blew through a lot. That was a lot of stuff is coming out in November. Some, honestly, I'm so excited for. Some, and we threw in there. We got to talk about everything. What did we say? For movies, The Killer, and, maybe that's it.
Well, Pricilla.
Oh, no, Napoleon.
Yeah.
The Killer and Napoleon are my 2 toppies. And I am pretty excited for the Please Don't Destroy movie. But, because, again, similar thing. Sometimes you just need like an easy palate cleanser. And they're so funny. But there's a lot in here, the holdovers. Anyway, you heard us talk about it. And you're down on Pricilla. You've heard bad things. Same thing with Saltburn. I would have put Saltburn up there too, but you say people are saying it's not great. And then for television, you're The Crown all the way, which I totally understand. The Curse, which you are scared is going to be too weird and cringy, but I would love that. And Murder at the End of the World, I think we're both going to love. Murder mystery, which you love. Weird, heady, futuristic shit that Britt Marling will hopefully get back to is I love. It's the best thing that's happened to Talkin' Tent since we started, maybe.
What is?
Murder at the End of the World. It's what we both, it's 2 things we love fused together in hopefully perfect harmony. Now watch, it'll be like very fine. Now building it too much up. It's going to suck. Forget it. That's it.
Cool.
Next week, we'll talk about a bunch of stuff that we watched, we caught up on. Maybe we'll get pretty deep on Killers of the Flower Moon, because I think we both have some thoughts that may be a bit counter to the effusive, God, I can't speak, effusive praise that I think I've been hearing from everybody else.
Yeah. See, I think
You're coming around on it.
Yeah, I think I really liked it.
You've been influenced.
I have.
By other people saying it was good.
No, I think I really appreciate what Martin Scorsese was trying to do. That's all. Though I see your point, and that's valid as well.
We will get to it next week, and we'll talk about a bunch of other stuff that we watched. Thank you very much.
From our living room to yours, what do you want to watch?